You know what's bull? Lamps. Lamps are When I walk into a room, I flick a switch on the wall, a light activates on the ceiling, and I can see. But apparently, that wasn't enough, and so we have to put lamps all over the place. So do we really need so damn many? No matter which part of the house I go to, I can always point out 2 to 3 lamps somewhere. It's almost like a game, like how many lamps can we fit in each room? And simply using the damn things is a pain in the in its own right. Because unlike regular light switches, which are easily accessible and plainly visible on the wall, lamp switches are hidden behind the lampshade. So to simply turn the lamp on and off, you have to bend down in a weird position to look under the lampshade, while also making sure not to make direct eye contact with the light so you don't burn a hole in your retinas. And then when you actually reach for the switch, you have to be careful not to touch the bulb because it gets so hot that it can burn your hand. And so it's impossible to just nonchalantly turn the lamp off because every part of it was designed to be inconvenient. Who the hell came up with this? It makes the user look like a Why can't the switch just be somewhere else on the lamp? Like at the base? Or maybe on the wire? Or hell, why not just have a chain instead of a switch? Yeah, that seems to work pretty well. Why do the majority of lamps have to place the switch in the most asinine spot possible? It's all because the lampshade is in the way. All of this hassle could be avoided completely if you didn't have to work around it. Especially since if you're not careful enough when reaching for the switch, then you could accidentally bump the lampshade and make it all crooked. So then you have to waste more time readjusting the godforsaken thing, but it's no use. The lampshade will now always be ever so slightly cocked in one direction. And somehow, even if you're sure that you've never touched the lampshade once, it'll still go crooked all by itself. Nearly every single lamp in my house has a crooked lampshade. It's almost a law of nature. And worst of all, you can't just get rid of the lampshade and solve everything, because then there's nothing between you and the blinding, unfiltered light of the bulb. So pick your poison. Would you rather have a lamp that assaults your eyes or one that insults your intelligence? See, this is why when my room sprung a leak last November and my light switch stopped working, I didn't even once consider turning on one of the 2 lamps in my room, because I don't want to deal with that bull. I'd rather sit in the dark. And what's with all these weird novelty lamps? A gun lamp? A giraffe lamp? A gecko lamp? Is this supposed to be fancy or something? Like having a stupid looking lamp is the pinnacle of culture? This lamp is just a dog taking a What a perfect image. Remember that ridiculous leg lamp from A Christmas Story? Yeah, well, I'll bet you a pretty penny that that's what started this phenomenon. You've got shoe lamps, football lamps, pineapple lamps, horse lamps, clown lamps, frog lamps, beer lamps, cheese grater lamps. Knock it the hell off! Even my house isn't safe from these things, given that we've had this chicken lamp for as long as I can remember. And yes, you still have to look under the lampshade to reach the switch. Why are we producing so many tacky lamps that don't even fix the most fundamental design flaw? We've had the technology to make user-friendly lamps for decades, and yet to this day, designers just can't seem to take the hints. And that's bull. Huh?
You know what's bull? AC adapters. Why do they gotta be so big? They take up way more space than they need to, and for what? Why is it necessary for these huge bricks to take up more slots than they even use? I try to plug in this thing, okay, then this thing, okay, then bull. What a bunch of bull. I understand some electronics need a higher voltage to work, which is fine, but is it really mandatory to make them this awkward to work with? Sometimes adapters are turned to the side like this for the purpose of saving space. So why can't they all be like this? This is my Nintendo Switch charger. It takes up 3 whole slots on my power bar, but it only uses 1. If only it didn't have this stupid tail on the end, maybe I could squeeze something else here, but no. They have to make them as inconvenient as possible. Thanks, it's not like I needed those extra outlets or anything. Just look at it. That's not fair. There's no reason why it should be like this. They only need 1 slot. Have these, not these. Are they designed with the intention of wasting as many slots on your power bar as possible? What a waste. What if I want to have multiple consoles plugged in, or maybe I just have a lot of electronics in my room? I don't want to have 5 extension bars running across the floor just because I have some AC adapters I want plugged in. It's such a hassle having to unplug everything and move it all around just because the appliance I gotta plug in is one of these hell spawns. They're fat, they're wasteful, and they're bull. McDonald's. You know why? Well, what the f do you think? Just look at it. Yep, that sure looks yummy, doesn't it? Even though McDonald's is the butt of every joke about how bad fast food is for you, I still can't help myself. I know what you're thinking. If McDonald's is so gross, then why do you like eating it so much? Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know. It's all filled with so much processed garbage that even if it looks like an inside-out lion, I'm still so tempted to take a bite out of it just because of the way it tastes. Why? Is it because I'm some kind of fat that'll eat anything that comes in a little box packaged with a brown bag with a company logo on it? What could they possibly be doing to their food to make it taste so damn good, especially when it looks like this? Damn! I genuinely want to know who can take one good look at this thing and say, yeah, that looks good. Well, you better look again, you bags, because if you can look at this and honestly say that it looks good enough to eat, I'd hate to see what you think looks bad. Although, hypothetically, the scale between grossness and taste were connected to each other wherein the more disgusting food looks, the better it tastes, I'd still try it out. Another thing that me off about McDonald's is how their food never looks like it does in the advertising. You see this on the little screen above the employees' heads, you think, that looks good, I'll take that one. You get the package, open it up, and you get this! What the McDonald's? Why are you gonna advertise your food to your customers in a way that makes it look just as good as sex, yet you service this bullshit instead? It looks like the Mayor McCheese's wife dumped her afterbirth in a box! And yeah, okay, I get they want to make their food look better in the advertisements to make people want to buy it in the first place, but you risk off potential customers when they order this, and this is what they get in return. It's like we're getting pranked. A prank being pulled by that face Ronald Mc. Yeah, real funny, you creepy McCrackhead piece of clown, stupid. Last thing, minor nitpick, but why do so many McDonald's items have Mick in their name? McDouble, McChicken, McNuggets, McCafe, McMuffin, McFlurry? Like, why don't they just Mc off? That'd be like if Burger King had the word king at the end of all the. Oh. Well, at least it's not half their whole menu. And their delivery service is called McDelivery. I'm dead serious. McDelivery? Really? McDelivery? Hey Brian, I'm just gonna go to the Mc bathroom real quick. I'll meet you in the Mc parking lot after I'm done taking a massive McDump. McCrap? I don't know. Tell me in the comments which is funniest. McDump or McCrap? God, McDelivery. I'm sorry, I just can't get over that. McDelivery. Like, it just doesn't roll off the tongue very well, at least not the way their menu items do. That's one thing to make up for their overabundance of Mick in their item names. But it sure doesn't make up for all this boo. Ba 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 ba.